Hello, in this video we're going to learn about transforming absolute values. If you want, you can go back to the transformation that I did on parabolas or the x squared in several sections ago. I think it was 3.2-ish. Okay, so first we're going to look at the red equation, equation 1. It just says y equals the absolute value of x. If you read in the section, an absolute value basically just makes sure that everything is positive. It basically erases all our negative numbers. Okay, so in other words, a -1 becomes +1. A -2 is +2. A +1 stays where it is as +1, +2 becomes +2. So this in the red is what we call our parent equation. Then if you'll notice in equation 2, we're doing lots of different things to our absolute value. So if we're looking on the inside of our absolute value, we have a -2. If you remember from before, how does that transform? That's going to bring me over to the right 2 units, because if I plug in +2 -2 equals 0, and that'll bring me over to this section right here in 2. Now, why is it down 2? It's down 2 because of this -2 on the end, which causes it to go up and down. If this were +2, my mustard would start up here at 2. Okay, now you'll notice my red is a pretty wide V here, and the mustard or gold colored graph here is a little bit more narrow, or the two lines are closer together. And this is because of this multiplying by 2 in the front of my absolute value. So this is what different transformations are going to do to our parent. Anything being multiplied that is greater than 1 will bring these two V-shaped into a closer together V shape. The -2 on the inside of the absolute value will bring it over 2 units, or however many units. If it were +2, we would go in the other direction. We'd go over 2 units here. And the -2 brings it up and down. Okay, the -2 will bring it down 2. If it was +2, it'd bring it up 2. So those are our absolute value transformations. There's one that I haven't done yet, and that would be what would happen instead of this being y equals 2 times the absolute value x minus 2 minus 2. What if I change that equation to a -2? And look at that, it basically flips it so it becomes upside down. And notice the -2 is on the outside of the absolute value. Otherwise, if it's on the inside, it wouldn't really do anything, just make this a little bit different. So let's go ahead and try that in equation 1. So I'm going to click on equation 1. And I'm going to go ahead and edit that as well. Nope, not equation 3. Edit the equation. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the negative. Oops. Sorry, wrong button. Put the negative on the outside there and hit OK. And look at that. That also flips it over when it is on the outside of the absolute value. So those are things to look out for. Whenever you see a negative in the front, it means it's going to be upside down across the x-axis there. And everything else, if there's something going on inside the absolute value, that will move it to the right or left. If there's something on the outside of the absolute value, if you're multiplying, that'll make it more narrow or wider. If it is on the outside of that where you're adding or subtracting, that'll move it up and down. So hopefully this will answer most of your questions for your next assignment. See you in the next video.